Yo, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Jackos. You either know or you don't. This should hopefully just be like a 5 minute video. I mean, and hopefully less than that. So, there's something I completely forgot to mention, of course, as I do with my videos, because I'm so scatterbrained, is the other possibility for Noelle here. And actually, to further back a point that I made a while ago, and it all starts with the Dryad. So if you've been a fan of the channel for a while, we've definitely talked about the tree reaching out to Noelle because in lore there is a Valkyrie that's specific job is to water the tree that we know as the Yggdrasil, or the Tree of Life. And it is the Valkyrie keeps the tree alive, and the tree keeps everything alive. So it's a symbiotic relationship. They keep each other alive. So with Noelle's life on the line, when Vonic is about to blow up everything, the Dryad reached out to the elves to go save Noelle. And I think the spell that she got was actually the words of the tree itself, which are runes. And Noelle was able to amp her teammates through runes. If you don't understand what I mean by amping your teammates up by runes, go watch the videos. I'm telling you, it's got a lot of information in there. I'm not just trying to I don't want to rehash everything. But for some reason, I feel like I need to every video, but I'm just not. So just go back and watch the other videos, and just go look up it on Twitter. Even though I post a lot, but. There's a lot of information that I assume you guys know coming into the video. So hopefully, you guys are new. But I believe the Dryad is the spell that came inside of her grimoire, and it's not Undine. And so what I want to bring to you guys today to further back this point is that there is a being in Greek mythology. And if you guys play God of War, you guys are very familiar with this because it was probably the funnier parts, and I think it was the most recent God of War game. But still very factual as far as going off the lore. Was Mimir? Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Mimir or Mimir, Mimir. And if you remember him in the God of War, I think he was just like a head in a tree. His body was entwined within this tree. The thing is that Mimir is at the base of Yggdrasil, and he is able to give the knowledge of what's happening in any realm within the tree, since he is connected to it, especially at the base of Yggdrasil. So they end up cutting his head off, just like in God of War. And they preserve it so that they can keep getting information that they need that would otherwise be impossible to figure out. And so it was pretty interesting to find out that Mimir is not only tied to this mystical tree, he's got a well. There's a whole well involved. And there's also a well involved with this water Valkyrie. Go figure. And so they also paint Mimir as a water spirit. So I think this is massively cool because just like minutes ago, I just uploaded this. I talk about how I don't want Noelle to get Undine. I'd rather get something like a water dragon spirit or a Kelpie. But how cool would it be if she ends up unlocking all of this knowledge of the tree of Yggdrasil? How cool will that be? What all will that entail aside from knowledge, I'm not exactly sure. But Mimir being considered as a water spirit, as well as part of the tree of life itself, is a pretty massive thing. And like I said, I'm not sure, because if you look up the term Dryad, you're going to get some Celtic definitions of what a Dryad is, and it does not involve Mimir whatsoever. However, the way they function is almost the same. Almost the same. In Celtic mythology, they paint them as wood nymphs. In other mythology, they paint them as something else. God, what do they paint them as? Or I think they just paint them up as straight up druids. But that is not what Mimir is. Mimir is an entity completely separate of that. So we will see as we learn more about Alicia, but I think it's pretty cool. Something I also forgot to mention in that last video is the fact that we have to remember when the captains are having the meeting and then Gaja just so effortlessly and nonchalantly pointed out like, oh yeah, they're training with the elves right now. It was like, excuse me? Huh? They're training with the who's? The dead things? How are they training with dead things right now? What are you talking about, Gaja? And I think it makes sense that these guys are human elemental hybrids, with the exception of Gaja, like I said in the last video. But I think it makes sense that they're living with each other pretty much, and they're respecting each other's spaces because elves are one with nature pretty much. They're not nature itself, but they are one with it. Whereas the spirit guardians, if my theory it would be right, are nature itself. And they're good at leaving things alone. Like the heart wasn't out expanding their kingdom or anything like that. They were out just preserving the peace that they had among the elements, which is the lifestyle. So that's something I just kind of wanted to add. I think it totally makes sense that the elves and the spirit guardians knew about each other and totally respected each other's spaces. That was, I guess, with that theory, makes it make a little more sense. Because, like, why not go learn with the elves with the crew? I mean, you know. But yeah, that's what I wanted to give you guys. I want you to think about that. Like, if this Dryad has a name, it could be Mimir. But again, I could be wrong, and I'm not telling you how to think. But these are some things I'm coming across as I'm doing like some research on lore. It's just been a really fun thing to do for me, and my on my off times. When I'm not teaching a class or helping students with homework, I'm just on like learning more about lore, which is really cool. So again, if it's not right in the end, at least it was fun. So I am happy that you guys are here enjoying this with me. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel when you guys do. I don't know what else to say. You guys are awesome. So, I mean, if you guys are down to keep listening, I'm down to keep, coming up with these crazy theories. But yeah, let me know what you think about any of this in the comment section below or on Twitter. And like I said, thank you guys so much. This has been Jack OATz the Goat. I will see you in another video. You either know or you don't.